Yeah, but I'll hop right into what's the name? The Prism? Prism. Hop right into it.
I saw this tweet and I figured this was going to go places. I can't find the automatic tweet anymore. I think it got deleted. But this is WP Engine. They have been granted a motion to which that they can have their ACF plugin back. For those that don't know, WordPress not only shut down their access to having WordPress's npm repository, so that means WP Engine can't be grabbed from that. They also got shut down to the point where WordPress took over their plugin and made it so that when you went to the ACF, you actually got WordPress's version of it. They took over the name, and so it was completely confusing. A lot of people obviously were pretty dang upset about that. You even had to check a checkbox that said if you were to log into WordPress.org, you actually had to check a checkbox saying I am not affiliated with WP Engine. Really, really insane behavior, because that is just that is completely ridiculous behavior. But nonetheless,
Yo, I don't know what community I'm really tap into, but if you not well versed in what he said, it's basically a person trying to be you. Everything you trying to do, like for yourself, is gonna go under their name type. Like being under a record label. You can't ever release music and get paid for it without their name attached to it. So it's that's wild behavior. We normalize it in music because, that's a different topic. I ain't in entertainment. Tech is where I'm at right now. That's just an example of what's going on with WordPress and WP Engine.
they've been living like that for months at this point, and so this has just happened. It looks like things are kind of turning around in a different way. So let's look at this. WP Engine just won a preliminary injunction against WordPress.com parent company Automattic on Tuesday. A California district court judge ordered Automattic.
Oh man, the child in me wants to say it. Yo, he doesn't have a mustache that looks like Dr. Disrespect. I had to say it, bro. I ain't gonna say you look like him because of the allegations he's going through, so I'm not gonna put that on your name. But that mustache, that's it.
To stop blocking WP Engine's access to WordPress.org resources and interfering with its plugins. The preliminary injunction comes after WP Engine, a third-party WordPress hosting service, filed a lawsuit that accused Automattic and its CEO Matt Mullenweg of multiple forms of immediate irreparable harm. It later asked the court to stop Mullenweg from restricting WP's Engine's access to WordPress.org. Mullenweg waged. That is quite the Mullenweg waged. That's like a mouth warm up. Mullenweg waged a public
Mullenweg
campaign against
wage. Say it 3 times. Mullenweg wage. Mullenweg wage. Mullenweg wage. Blah.
Engine in September, accusing the service of misusing the WordPress trademark and not contributing enough to the WordPress community. After blocking WP Engine access to Engine from WordPress.org servers, Automattic took control of WP Engine's ACF plugin. For those that don't remember this, dude, that was pretty crazy that they did that. If you went to the website, it would actually be AFC as the website with the slug and everything, but it would be secure custom form. This whole thing, I cannot believe how far this has happened. Look at what we're looking at. It's how many months later, and this is still happening. It's still happening, and it's going all the way to the. I can't believe this is actually happening. This just feels like an unreal situation. And the real question is going to be, what is Mullenweg's retaliation after this? Because it appears that he has absolutely no concern just about going all in on this. He has no problem letting other people lose their jobs, lose stuff.
Dude, Mullenweg is saying you, like he's just flipping everyone off, bro. Like, part of me want to blame him, but I honestly love it for the community of tech. If you're not supposed to belong in there, you don't belong in there. And if you allow someone like Melonweg, yes, I said it right, to come and take your chicken, you deserve to have no chicken. As a developer and all of that stuff, if you're embarking in a business in this field, I feel like y'all should adopt a more free way of running it rather than constraining yourself to what a regular entrepreneur would do. You should be more of an innovator. So your business can be exactly like your competitor because this is what happens. And you can't say I'm wrong.
Stuff to try to hurt WP Engine. And so I wonder what are the chances that Matt just shuts down WordPress.org, effectively shuts down NPM. That's pretty much the next step. Yeah, out of spite. Yeah, that's the thing is out of spite, I think he could actually do that. Just shut it down and just effectively screw everybody. He's post-economic, right? Shutting down NPM. No, when I say NPM, I don't mean he shuts down NPM. WordPress.org is like NPM to the WordPress ecosystem. Sorry, if you didn't understand that, that's what I'm trying to say is that it's like shutting down NPM. It's like today, if you just could not use NPM all of a sudden, so many people's ability to make node projects would just
Oh,
completely fall apart. If you were not
ooh,
on Dino's ISR or whatever they call it, JSR's uh, repositories, it would just be like it would just I mean it would be really really bad, right? And so that's kind of like the last step, and it just at this point I wouldn't
I knew it, but it's like clicking like, yo, WordPress engine dead relies on that. So restricting it is like having a bunch of websites with gadgets that just won't start. So you just, yo, he's about to have a, oh my
be
God.
surprised if he didn't do that. Judge Araceli Martinez Alguin, is that how you say that name? Alguin, found merit in WP Engine's claims that Automatic's actions harmed business relationships, saying Mullenweg's conduct is designed to induce breach or disruption. As for Automatic's arguments that blamed WP Engine for relying on WordPress.org to power its business, Judge Martinez Alguin didn't find it very compelling. Yeah, he said that there was no merit. I believe that was like the exact quote was that there's no merit in his arguments. Even a judge looked at what Matt Mullenweg was saying and said, "Nah, there's like nothing here. Like what you're saying is not good."
Yo, in a situation like this, you can't have a regular legal representation, bro. Like, what is a lawyer with regular legal things gonna help with when it comes to tech? They don't understand. Like, let's be real. It's like putting a chef in a room with people that really don't make food. They really talk basketball. What the chef gonna say? Oh, can I cook you up something?
Kind of wild. It is pretty wild. Like, I mean, it's also good that it is going to trial in a sense that we shouldn't rely on a single judge to make these decisions. And hopefully, a good trial happens, and then you can have the full confidence that the judge made the right decisions. To me, this seems like the right decision. It's crazy that WP Engine or WP WordPress.org required the check mark. Good answer. Yeah, that's a good answer. Maybe this is the end of WordPress. I would not be surprised if this is the end of WordPress, but I don't think it would be nice.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I get you, but you just explained that shit so like bonkers. Because you said something earlier, and I think that I ran with it, but you're saying the same thing just in a different way. But I get you, definitely get you. And if WordPress does go out of business because they out here using other people's, I don't know, this is just an unusual situation. Like you don't hear stuff like that. It makes me scared for what OpenAI might go through with Elon Musk. Because Elon Musk has so much money tied into it, like, and low key. You you don't want to be in that situation again in any sector of business. But if it happens in the sector of AI, then it's like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
And then why I don't think it'd be nice is that countless people rely on the income generated by WordPress. Countless people rely on that ecosystem. Countless people rely on WordPress.org to be able to deliver a bunch of content for them to be able to have their website. If it were to go down, it would cost a lot of people their livelihood. It would cost a lot of people, just it would cause a huge amount of disruption. I'm not going to shit on WordPress. I think a lot of people unjustly shit on WordPress. Like you forget when WordPress was created. WordPress was created in a time in which there was no Docker, there was no NPM.
Let's look up. when WordPress was created, bro. Let's look that shit up because what we not gonna do is not shit on WordPress because WordPress is ass. Creation date May 27, 2023. Alongside WooCommerce, Joomla, oh, 2003. Okay, I was about to say, whoa, you had ChatGPT, bro? Drupal came out in 2001. Hold on. I'm trying to find not the initial release date, the other things that came out on the release date. Release date. Okay, so I'm gonna do right, May 27th, 2003. Tech products. All right, that should be, yeah, WordPress was, I ain't gonna lie to you. I take back what I said. I ain't gonna be hard on WordPress because they came out, the Apple line came out around the same time, but basically streaming came out at that same time too. And it's still stuck around. What is it, Palantir Technology? Yeah, it's still stuck around. Whatever.
There was
Whatever.
no nothing, right? Like WordPress was created so long ago, and the ability to keep on going through all of this many years later, it's like it's very impressive what has been accomplished. So of course that its designs and everything aren't that great because you're always kind of bound by the design decisions you've made at the beginning. That's why everybody always rewrites it in Rust eventually because you can just let go of all of your previous decisions and then you get a new product and it's in Rust and everyone cheers you on, right? That's the classic rewrite it in Rust mentality. You make a decision, 20 years later, you make a new decision, rewrite it in Rust. But Mullenweg is just absolutely unhinged behavior. All right, while defendants characterize WP Engine's harm as
You know, what we're gonna do if we're gonna do reactions is research. Cause I ain't gonna sit here and cap. Rust is Rust language. He said 20 years later you can use it. Use it? Like, you feel me? That sounds interesting. Thanks for the manual memory allocation and local commands. Rest of the programming hardware perfect. Blah, blah, blah. Rust is perfect for programming hardware devices with tiny processors and limited RAM, such as microcontrollers. So I'm gonna say, is it wise to start and develop with full stack? If it's for fun, then sure, why not? Not really. If a client goes to the project, we're quite flexible. We're going to build something. All right, that makes sense. Rust is Rust. Well. I guess the question is, why do you use Rust, level 7D wizard? That is what I will say, because I ain't gonna judge.
self-imposed because it built its business around a website that it had no contractual right to use. Defendants' role in helping that harm materialize through their recent targeted actions toward WP Engine and no other competitor cannot be ignored. This is like perfectly stated. This is absolutely perfectly stated because it is correct. Like the judge correctly identified this, and I believe he even said in his stuff. I saw some tweets going around that the judge said that he has no idea how tech works and all that, and so he kind of laid that out. This is perfect. That WP Engine did build its business around a website. This is true. So there's always inherent risk in doing that. But Mullenweg went after him specifically and nobody else. That's different, right? Like once you do that, you've crossed into the realm in which just looks vindictive and bad. It looks like you're actually trying to cause material harm, which he even stated publicly that he's going to cause material harm, and even stated publicly that he's going to go nuclear option on them. So it's kind of like You've just sat there and had a gun to your foot and you just keep shooting yourself in the foot over and over and over again. The ruling found that the WP Engine showed it will suffer irreparable harm without injunctive relief, while also impacting members of the WordPress community. Under the preliminary injunction, Automattic will have to take down the list of companies it displayed on its site it created to track outgoing WP Engine customers, as well as remove the checkbox that
All right, so like, I want to play devil's advocate just for a little bit. Yeah, he definitely violated and he went nuclear, right? But on the flip side, there's no rules and regulations to tech. No one understands tech. So like technically, we kind of not giving Mulligan a fair shot at defending himself because y'all criticizing him based off of a crime as if it was like non-technical. And this was completely technical. For all we know, what Mulligan did could have been only in terms of competition. We treating it like it's war crimes. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think it's a war crime. If anything, it shows you that imperialism still lives on today, just in the tech side.
asks WordPress users to verify they're not affiliated with the WP Engine when logging in. That's still so crazy. Okay, hold on. Okay, why am I pressing Control Click? And why is it updating the current website I'm on plus opening up a new one? That's not okay. What is this one? WordPress.com owners launched a tracker for sites leaving WP Engine.
Hey guys.
Whoa. Whoa. What do you mean they put a tracker to track people who leave in the engine?
It's like they wanted to be sued. It's like
Yo,
they're
bro.
just begging to get.
Yo, hold on. Before you continue, I rescind any comments that I have said about whoever at this point. I don't want to play devil's advocate. I don't, I can't defend a nigga shooting himself in the chest. He ain't even shooting himself in the foot. Like, you invasive, you're aggressive, and you're just like belligerent with how you're moving, bro. Like, niggas can't even tell you nothing because you might chop a nigga head off. Golly, man. It's just WordPress, bro. Whatever, man.
Sued out of their mind. Because you know, a lot of these people right here, a lot of these people left because they're probably just a bunch of mom and pop shops that they don't know what they're doing. And the one singular tech person's like, hey, we have to move off. I can't even update. Like, I can't do anything. We have to move off of WP Engine. Like, a lot of people's hands were just simply forced by WordPress.org. That's crazy. It doesn't matter if
Yeah,
it's a
yo,
marketing stunt. This is actually insane behavior.
it's crazy because I used Webflow. Now I remember it. I did not want to use WordPress because I made a WordPress website, and for some strange reason, my website was ass, bro. Like it was not the way. I know what website I made and I wanted to have go online and publish. It wasn't that. And I couldn't even get like another theme to match close to what I had, right? So I switched over to Webflow. Was Webflow better? Hell no. But you know what Webflow had that WordPress didn't? Themes and plugins that I could fucking put into my website, bro. And oh, I can make a website that look bad, look galore. So WordPress, yeah. And even then, Webflow and WordPress, you got a better chance making it yourself, like from scratch. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That the WP Engine tracker says that more than 16,000 sites stopped using it. If there has ever been anything that has shown somebody to be so liable, like by the law, to be held for like claims of intentional harm, this has to be it. Not only are you trying to put WP Engine in the grave, you then made a public post of you dancing on the grave, right? Like, dude, out of all things to do, like this picture. You know that you know the meme with the guy by the grave. Like that's what this is. The picture on the grave. Like the guy is actually just sitting there. Oh my goodness, this is so unhinged. $50 a month or more for each of those sites. Yeah, it's a lot of. It is literally. This is insane amount of money, because if you just did a quick thing, so yeah, so 16,262 times 50, approximately $50 a month to host it, times 12. So that is going to be what, nine up to $10 million. It's
Whoa, whoa, hold on. See, WordPress, y'all might have been on to something. Cause y'all track $10 million going missing better than IRS would do with some of these niggas out here, bro. Whatever tracking system y'all got, dude, is working. almost $10 million in just loss? My boy, that is immaculate work when it comes to like you gonna write all of this off? I got questions. Tech questions. CTO questions. I ain't even sure why y'all did that, but I'm looking at it like, is y'all trying to like think of it like this? If you get something on credit, you gonna pay it back, you get charged off, right? When they get charged off, they write it off in tax because that's a loss that they faced during the year. That's why they charged it off. It's basically like them comping it to the loss they took this year and getting it back at the end of tax. That's why we got bill collectors. I ain't gonna cap. So WordPress, yo, put me on. Nigga, I don't need y'all to explain. I need y'all to put me on. Like, what y'all doing? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keeping track of everybody that's leaving or who left already. Y'all just monitoring. And is y'all, in my opinion, y'all should just have an AI gauge and kind of like always have a chat bot with every person that got a website. Like just add that as a feature. So at least you could gauge what each customer's level of I don't want to be here is. So you can like, you know what I'm saying? That's just me.
28,000 at the moment, 28,000 sites at the moment. You're talking practically $17 million a year. Whoo! Okay, let's just say I got $50 wrong. It's $50 a year. Let's just pretend it's only $50 a year. That is still $1.4 million. Is it $50 a year or $50 a month? Either way, that's an
Honestly, it doesn't even matter, bro. Anyhow, I'm losing $1 million. Y'all saying it like 17 million and 1 million, not the same amount of L for a nigga like us. Not them. It may not hurt them, us. Nigga, if I lose 1 million, if I lose 17 millions right now, I'm gonna cry the same. I ain't never had that much money. They had it already. They got under a business. So y'all niggas is just nitpicking numbers, bro. Y'all know what he mean.
that's
Big.
just so
That's
much
insane.
money.
That's
And
insane.
they're celebrating it. Holy cow. Holy cow.
That's
That,
insane.
oh yeah, it totally does work. Total WP sites, oh my gosh.
That's
Look at them go
28.
down. They're like celebrating. Oh, oh, oh my. Dude, this is such bad behavior. This is such bad behavior. I have never seen anything like this.
Who's
The thing is
celebrating?
that my
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. You must have some wicked ops for them niggas to just really want to like celebrate after whooping your ass, bro. And they just trying to whoop your ass, bro. Like, what did you do? What is yo, bro? This can't be some shit that could be resolved with tech, bro. Go get the strap. Go get the strap, bro. Cause ain't no way you gonna resolve this with some codes. It's way past coding, my nigga. You gonna have to reprogram this nigga whole body, bro. Go get the strap, man.
my kids don't act this childish. At least my kids know that when they do something wrong, they don't go around telling everybody about it. If my kids had the technical prowess, they would not make a website claiming what they've done incorrectly. Bro's about to be economic again. Bro's about to be pre-economic. This is worse than kid behavior. This is just baby child kid behavior. That's all it is. This is exactly what I would expect.
You know what's funny? It's child behavior, but it's everything the industry is. Like when it comes to tech, like it's a bunch of fucking bros and rags and shit trying to make it seem like, yo, I know more than you. I can get you into this job. Do this, do that. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, oh God, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, most of y'all niggas don't even know what y'all doing. Y'all still going Stack Overflow. Y'all use OpenAI, one of these lame ass models, bro. And we get it. Y'all been there for like 90 years doing that though. I don't want y'all to think that y'all was doing anything different. Y'all was a cog in the wheel, and every developer that come after you, you try to make a cog in the wheel too. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Word to.
from just a tiny children doing what children do best, which is like they act like idiots. I mean, that's the whole point.
Yeah,
All right, oh
man.
here, nice. So this was the logon box that they required. You had to check mark I am not affiliated with WP Engine in any way to be able to log on to WordPress.org. So do you wonder why all these websites started to migrate away from WP Engine? Do you see the obviousness to this all? I did not realize it got this bad because I made a tweet like 2 months ago that I just stopped covering this stuff unless there's like a material change in the case. And I've just simply stayed away from this. I just didn't even look at anything. And I come back to this. You know the meme of the guy coming back with like pizza and the house is on fire? I'm coming back to the house is literally on fire, but hopefully it gets put out. Holy cow.
You gotta do it. Mamma mia. Just one time, bro. Just
WP
one
Engine
time,
responded to the
bro.
ruling in a post on X saying, "We are grateful that the court has granted our motion for a preliminary injunction that restores access to and functionality of WordPress.org for WP Engine, its customers, and its users." Meanwhile, Automattic spokesperson Megan Fox tells The Verge that the company looks forward to prevailing at trial. Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. Why the fuck is Megan? This is what I'm talking about, bro. Y'all got the wrong representation in this motherfucking camp, bro. Why the fuck is Megan Fox talking about WordPress? What the
Fox. Oh, man. Megan Fox, if I were you, I would run as fast as I can from that because you know for a fact that you are going to be the fall girl. You know.
Yeah, yeah, dude. It's like the other when CoffeeZilla was trying to I forgot her name, right? But CoffeeZilla was trying to expose some crypto scam and they used a famous influencer. And the influencer don't really know anything about crypto. So like even if CoffeeZilla was right, he looked like a fucking idiot coming at someone who like you don't know what you don't know. That's what it looks like right now. Like, hmm, why is Megan Fox there, bro? Like, what you want? What you really want niggas to say in regards to defending themselves? You got an entertainment person, celebrity that, like, what do you want them to say? Like, you ain't giving them no room to kind of,
Know it. You know it. You are
like,
going to be hung out to dry and brutalized in the public eye. Like that's what's going to happen. Like I'm just throwing that out there. Yeah, Megan Fox, not the one that got dipped in the Pretty River by her thumbs. I assume this is a different Megan Fox. She was great in Transformers. She's the same, the absolute same. She's just decided to give up acting and go into WordPress public relationship management.
that doesn't even make sense. You don't go from acting to fucking WordPress, bro. You go to school. You go to fucking school or you pick up a book if you want to get into certain shit. You don't act and then call it after if you have no history behind it, bro. That, they don't hang off the dress, so it really don't matter, right?
Uh, Today's ruling is preliminary order designed to maintain the stat. Oh yes. So this was the tweet that they made. This was a crazy tweet that they made. Hey Eva, today's ruling is a preliminary order designed to maintain the status quo. What does that mean to maintain the status quo? What is the status quo? Is the status quo not acting insane? Is that actually the status quo? This is the automatic tweet that I was looking for. This is what they responded to when losing is that you're not allowed to materially and intentionally harm another company with every possible resource that you have, and that's maintaining the status quo. That's a good status quo. Yes, monopolies. It turns out monopolies aren't good. It's crazy that WordPress.org, who owns a hosting company, took down their chief rival in hosting and then promoted their own hosting company, including even tweeting the day that they revoked access, saying, hey, WordPress engine customers, we also have hosting, just in case you're wondering. It was made without the benefit of discovery. Our motion to dismiss or counterclaims will be we will be filing against WP Engine shortly. We look forward to prevailing at trial as
Yo, this the meanest L a nigga could take, bro. Not only can you not get your website that niggas stole from you back, or basically is extorting, regardless of how you want to look at it. Not only do you take a L there, you take a L publicly. Cause I don't know about y'all. I'm looking at this heifer right here, man. Like, at what point did you walk away? Like you are stupid as hell, folks. Ain't gonna
we
cap.
continue to protect the open source
Stupid as hell
ecosystem
trying
during
to
full fact
beat this
discovery
case.
and full review of the merits. All right, well, there you go. Seems fair and reasonable. You said WordPress engine. Matt wins. Yep, Matt wins. I know I said WordPress engine, and I just thought it was funny. Internally, I was like, someone's gonna be upset about that. All right. But seriously though, Megan Fox. Megan Fox. Oh man, Megan Fox, I'd be so careful. I just feel like she's going to definitely get all the blame in this situation. I feel genuinely bad, dude, being Automattic spokesperson right now. I think you should only let Matt be the spokesperson.
And nah, yeah,
Okay.
hold
He's
on.
proved himself to be a
He's
very
proved
hinged
himself. Yeah.
and normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely hasn't say like thrown like a little like little anger situation, and definitely didn't just like rage quit Slack after the court injunction. Definitely hasn't acted like a kid, and so I think he should be the spokesperson. Please explain why you think it's okay to force WordPress to serve another company of free stuff.
Like that. Like, and Megan Fox is a scapegoat because of the mere fact that, yo, bro, these tech dudes who are like not my color do a very good job at making you be quiet. Because what are you gonna say about the beautiful, amazing actress Megan Fox? Right? What are you gonna say about it? Well, she's not qualified? You're going to say a woman isn't qualified to stand up there and be a spokesperson? Yeah, good luck with that in court. What else are you gonna say? What? What can you possibly say to a motherfucker? And the shit that burns the worst, I said Meg the Stallion. You see, you might yo Meg, I might call you for a spokesperson, my nigga. I'm done talking. Cause clearly I don't need to talk on stand. When y'all need me, I'm gonna get some, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get some ass on the stage. It seems like that's what, yo,
I'm
whatever.
not saying WordPress aren't idiots. It's saying it's messed up to force them to give out free stuff. Just curious. Please explain the rationale. So it's not just free stuff. So here's the deal, throw fence. Automattic WordPress serves lots and lots of people, right? WP Engine is their chief rival in hosting. They have other rivals, but they've specifically targeted them and in all ways have tried to destroy the company. It's a little different. The thing is that it's very hard to have a service that you let somebody build upon. You let them
Honestly, I'm not going. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me rewind it.
build upon it for it's very hard to have a service that you let somebody build upon. You let them build upon it for say 15 straight years and then after 15 years completely try to dominate. I think there's a big
E-
difference. Now, if they would have brought this up earlier saying, "Hey, we can't do that. Hey, we're not going to support you. Hey, we are doing our own hosting company. You're going to have to figure out how to host your own stuff." I don't think that would have been a problem, right? I don't think that's a I don't
Alright, here's the issue I have with it, right? Like, I get your point of view, and I don't know. I don't know if you if you could even argue against it, because it's like it's a good point you making. Like, for 15 years, someone built on your platform, and you turn around and try to demolish them year 16. Like, I get it. You feel me? At any point in time during that tenure, you could have addressed something that was an issue. You chose the very last moment to look like a fucking asshole. Completely understandable. But at the same time, right, when it comes to business, it's cutthroat, exactly like what Mulligan WordPress engine at WordPress.org is going through. Example I could use is what can I say? I guess security. Security is the only thing I could really think of off the top of my head because Allied, right? They used to be one company and another company, but they was battling with other companies and they was trying to eliminate competition. And how do you eliminate competition? You make sure that everyone that's coming into their workforce is just not up to par. So they just started to change things and make it, what can I say, harder for the company to find good workers. That's the same thing WordPress engine kind of doing, bro. And at some point, they just want to buy that company out. You feel me? Like it, I don't think there's a crime going on right now. Is it fucked up beyond measures? Oh, it's fucked up beyond measures. Like people are gonna lose their jobs. But in all reality, like that doesn't constitute a nigga suing for what? Like the question becomes what reparations do you want? Like what are you arguing? You spent 15 years building on a product and year 15 you want to sue? It's the same thing on the flip side. You should have been taking all the precautions throughout the 15 years just in case Mr. Mulligan wanted to act crazy again and, retaliate. So I don't know. Like it's really tricky to really sit here and say that there's a crime here or someone is messed up.
I don't think that's a problem at all. But to just change gears after 15 years, I think there's a big difference there. And also, it's not like WP
Even
Engine doesn't give
e-
stuff back. Free
even if you switch gears after 15 years, so fucking what? It's business. Like like there's no rules when it comes to how you want to operate. If year one, I want to make bots that say hi, and then year 19, I choose to make them Creole speaking bots that only speak bilingual. Who the fuck are you to tell me I can't do that, bro? That's why tech is so scary. Cause who the fuck is us? I'm not gonna say you because you got credentials, but even that might not get you far enough when it comes to like,
stuff is kind of
you know what I'm
ridiculous.
saying?
WP Engine, obviously, through hosting, building something, people go into the WordPress ecosystem. They go and they buy stuff. They go and they use other products. Like, there's a huge amount of money. Also, plus Matt used to be an owner in WP Engine and sold. That's a very important fact as well.
Oh,
Matt used to be an owner in WP Engine. He sold his stake and now is trying to destroy the company. And let's just say that he just turned off access only to
yo, y'all can't, yo, oh my, y'all leave the good stuff out. Like I sit here and rant, and then you guys tell me he sells a share of the stock that he's.
to WordPress.org. I actually think that he could have made a case saying he's no longer allowing WP Engine to have access to WordPress.org. And I think if he would have just left it there, I think he probably could have gotten away with this. Even if they sent Scooby Doo and the gang after him, I think he could have gotten away with that because I think you can win that way. I think it's a little bit different when you create a checkbox saying you're not even allowed to be affiliated with them. I think it's different when you track how many sites are being taken down by them. I think it's different when you go and do all the things that he's
Yeah,
done. I think it's different when you take their
it
plugin
is.
and you just
Do you think that is different that although the checkbox that kind of stops them from going to the website, it's still consciously allowing users and people who come through to that website to like make a decision. And I think when it comes to privacy, you can argue that. It may look like a dick move, but if you could argue like privacy and protecting the consumer, Can't you win that? I don't know.
Just take it from them. Right? Like now you're starting to change gears. It went from, hey, you're not allowed to use our service to not only are you not allowed to use our service, our hosting company is going to make tweets talking about your defeat and why you should move to their hosting company, the one that Matt owns. Like that's very anti-competitive behavior. You are destroying this business while tweeting about this other business that you now own, then stealing actual plugins and taking over stuff like that. At some point, one has to go, okay, this is no longer just about them not wanting WP Engine to be served off of WordPress.org. I actually think they could have done it. I think that he could have just simply said, hey, from here on out, you can't use WordPress.org. And I think WP Engine would have had absolutely no recourse because I think that's a very viable approach, right? I think that would have been fine because I think you're right. I don't think that we should force a company to serve another company for free, quote unquote for free. You're right. It's like it's the constellation of stuff. There was a path where they dropped WP Engine, but this ain't it. Yeah, there was a path where they dropped WP Engine, but that ain't it. Yeah. That'd be like NPM attacking Vercel. Yeah, it'd be super strange. It's very strange how to tell. What do you do? So here, I guess here's the follow-up question. This is something I don't have a strong opinion on, and I'd love to hear your opinions here. If NPM stopped serving Vercel, or any of these public repositories stop doing something, like, do you think there's any recourse? I always have this harder time. NPM is easy to replace. I don't think NPM is easier to replace.
Yeah, I think that and this is just what GitHub showed me. I personally am scared to use GitHub because of all the hackers and vulnerabilities that you might run through. But life without GitHub is even more fearful. So like, and this is coming from a tech programmer dude. I don't know how some of y'all old dudes survived back then. Like I'm hearing y'all used to handwrite code. Nigga, boy, nigga, what? Handwrite what? You HTML doc type? I'm supposed to write all of that? Yeah, you crazy, man. I heard y'all was supposed to memorize blocks of code that has specific functions. Yeah, some of the older generation dudes are like calculators, low key. Like they could regurgitate a code you need, or they could regurgitate a movement you need. Like those are real people. Like what is the language? Assembly, right? Those are real people that could translate numbers to words in real life, bro.
I think if you say NPM is easier to replace, I think you just don't understand how much actually goes through NPM. Because to me, the only real recourse is that WordPress.org has to be replaced by something, right? Because you can't trust it anymore, right? The reason why these public kind of distributions of content exist is because that the public relies on them to be ambivalent. They don't favor somebody and they don't disfavor somebody. They just exist. They're public benefactors, right? This is why I don't like centralized package management. This is also such a good point. I think if anything, one of the biggest takeaways here is that we have become such a centralized place, and there is so much danger in being centralized. Think about all the things that could happen, right? Decentralized sucks too. Yeah, I agree. Decentralized sucks. Decentralized is not fun. Communism could happen. But it's just like, what do you do? I don't see how because the problem with centralization is that there's an authority over the centralization. If the authority decides they don't like you, which everyone's like, oh, that just never happens. We're literally reading about it happening right now. Centralization, the problem with centralization is when one person doesn't like another person. And then all of a sudden, we're here. What about you make your own stuff? It's so hard. One point of failure, or if you prefer, one point of control. Yeah, there you go. We need to make Devin president. Absolutely. Devin might be the only thing that moves slower than the U.S.
Is it that hard to make your own stuff? I thought that was a great option. Dang.
government. Decentralization means you can get 100%. You can actually get 100% of the uptime. Yeah, but that's a different type of decentralization we're talking about. We're not talking about like a distributed network of uploading things. We're not talking about like some sort of version of a Tor network or LimeWire style stuff. We're talking about Centralization as in one person owns the package management, or B, a bunch of individuals own the package management. Really what this comes down to, this is kind of like a Odin approach. So for those that aren't kind of experienced with other languages, there's a language called Odin, and their big recommendation is that you don't use a package management, you vendor in your libraries. You bring in the version of the library you want, you own it, and it's now a part of your repository. What's so bad about decentralization? The problem with decentralization is that it's hard for everybody to do it. C style. Yeah, it's C style. Because then there is no centralization. The problem with decentralization is, how do you build everything for your CI and everything? Well, what it means is that you have to bring in the things you rely on into your project. It makes upgrading harder. It makes there's just like a whole bunch of problems, because inevitably someone's going to edit some of those resources. You're going to have these like slight diverging from the original source. There's a lot of things that kind of come on. You saying that NPM has become so important the justice system needs to step in it for the public good? That's kind of weird. Yeah, definitely didn't say that. Throw fence. You're making weird arguments today. I don't think any of this is what I just said. I said that it's weird, and what would happen if they just decided. What happened if today NPM just decided from here? I literally said that. No, I literally said what would happen if NPM decided to start turning on and off. What would be the system? I never even once said the word justice system. I never even said the term justice system. But it's just like, what do you do? I don't see how because
Let's
the
see.
problem
Let's
with
see. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna recap.
centralization is that there's an authority over the centralization. If the authority decides they don't like you, which everyone's like, oh, that just never happens. We're literally reading about it happening right now. Centralization, the problem with centralization is when one person doesn't like another person. And then all of a sudden, we're here. What about you make your own stuff? It's so hard. One point of failure, or if you prefer, one point of control. Yeah, there you go. We need to make Devin president. Absolutely. Devin might be the only thing you can actually get 100% of the uptime. Yeah, but that's a different type of decentralized version of a Tor network or line management, or B, a bunch of individuals own the package management. Really there's a language called Odin. Yeah, it's C style. Because then there is no centralization. I mean, you're going to have these like slight said that at the start, turning on and off. What would be the system? I never even once said the word justice system.
You never said justice system. I ain't going back any further. He good.
I had never even said the term justice system for them to step in. What would the outcome be? I don't know. Like, I think what would end up happening, as I said earlier, trust would be eroded and somebody else would have to step in. This is why JSR is so interesting. Anyways, throwaway again. You're making weird claims. I don't think at any point I said the justice system has to step in. The government needs to step in and own something. I simply said that if someone did this, the biggest thing you erode is trust. And then
Hey, look. Y'all people need to read. And y'all people need to write. Y'all people need to speak very, very well. Because I don't know if he said any of them things in that sentence. And this whole time, I don't think he ever said the government should intervene. I think he's just calling the government out for not knowing how to help a company that may be, getting fucked terribly. But he ain't seen none of this shit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So please read, write, and speak very, very well. Because why would the government get involved? When they got involved with crypto, what happened? I know, a US stable coin that has yet to be presented to the world. What happened to JP Morgan Chase adopting the first US stable coin, bringing in cryptocurrency to help the banks out? What happened? All we got is ETFs purchased by who? BlackRock. So, like, please think before you speak. That's all, folks.